It's time now for a KYMN Sports Special. We have Northfield Raiders softball. Today, the Raiders were in Mankato to play for the state championship, the title game, Northfield versus Mankato West. Now, let's go live to Mankato, Minnesota with Ned Newberg on the call.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Caswell Park in North Mankato. It's a beautiful day. The Raiders are just taking the field for their early warm-ups, as the Raiders will be the visiting team in this game as they take on their foe, the Mankato West Scarlets. Both these teams have met many times before. Of course, they're both in the Big Nine, and today they're playing for the state championship. The Raiders' first ever trip to the state tournament had them go through round one, round two, and we're knocking off Detroit Lakes and then knocking off Becker yesterday in West. This is for all the marbles, and these teams have played before, as we said, and it's interesting to note that the Big Nine has had the last 4 state championships have come out of the Big Nine. Winona and, of course, Mankato West. Now they bumped back down from 4A to 3A, so they're back into this state champions 3A state championship. So anyway, that's going on. 2 other championships on each side of me. Norwood Young America is battling for 1 championship on my left, and the 4A championship is going on my right between Maple Grove and Stillwater. So we'll be giving you updates on those 2 games. Let's get back to this game, though, as we had a chance to talk to head coach Ryan Peach before the game about being here at the state tournament and what he expects today from his players taking on the Mankato West Scarlets.
Professional Pride Realty, your locally owned real estate company, is a proud sponsor of Northfield Raider Athletics. All of our realtors and staff would like to congratulate the Raider girls softball team on making it to the state tournament. Whether you're buying, selling, or both, contact Professional Pride Realty and let them help you every step of the way. Good luck, Raiders.
The Quarterback Club in Northfield is a proud sponsor of Raider Athletics and wishes them continued success. Keep up the hard work. The QB is your place to go for great breakfast, flame-broiled burgers, tender barbecue ribs, delicious sandwiches, and of course that roasted chicken that just can't be beat. Stop in and feed your appetite today at the Quarterback Club in Northfield.
If all you want is a sip of water at the kitchen sink, any filter will do. I want better water in the laundry, better water in the bathroom, better water at every tap, in every room for everyone in my home. Every time, everywhere I use water, every day. So I got a whole home filtration system from Culligan. Now I ask you, how long will it take for you to call the Culligan man?
Hey, Culligan man!
Call your friendly Northfield Culligan dealer today at 507-645-6621.
The Northfield Insurance Company would like to salute the Northfield Raiders softball team on their first trip to the state tournament. It's been a spectacular season so far. Keep it up at state. For all of your home, auto, and life insurance needs, visit Northfield Insurance Company at 711 Division Street South in downtown Northfield. Go Raiders.
Coach, your first appearance at the state tournament, you're going all the way to the championship. Is this something you thought was going to happen?
Well, yeah, we hoped it would happen. Obviously, you got to go out and you got to play the game. And yeah, I'm just so proud of these girls, what they've accomplished this year. And we get to play one more day, and it's for a state title and our first state tournament appearance. So we're just excited for these kids. Like I said, I'm so proud of them, and we're excited, to have another crack at Mankato West as well.
That was my next question. Mankato West, you've seen them before. What are some things you hope to happen? What are things you want your players to think about?
Yeah, we play, like you said, we played them earlier, so we have a general idea what to expect. We just got to go out and play our game. Have fun, play loose. Hopefully we can continue to hit the ball the way we've been hitting it the last couple of weeks. We know Bryn's going to go out there in the circle, and she's going to give us a chance to win. Behind her, we feel very strong defensively, if they do put the ball in place. So we just got to go out, play our game, and play hard and see what happens.
Defensively, you're pretty strong yesterday. 1 error for 2 whole games, and Roscoe throws 2 out at second. That's got to be a real strong thing to have for a backup as strong defense.
Yeah, obviously, like you said, Bryn's great. She strikes out a ton of kids a game, but when teams do put the ball in play of her, we feel very great about our defense. We make plays behind her. We got some very athletic kids out there, so we feel confident that if Bryn is either going to strike them out, if she doesn't, if they do put it in play, that we're going to make plays behind her.
So what's the last thing you can tell these kids? You should have fun. I understand that part, but I think they're cranked up about this game.
Enjoy the moment. Enjoy it. This is, like I told them, there's 8 teams left in the state that get this opportunity, so enjoy this experience. just enjoy it and play hard.
The drivers and staff at Benjamin Bus and Northfield Lines would like to salute the Northfield Raider girls softball team on a great season, including making it to state. It's been our pleasure getting you safely to and from your games over the years, and especially exciting bringing you to the state tournament. Best of luck, Raiders. For shuttle services, events, and transportation needs, contact Benjamin Bus and Northfield Lines.
Are you ready for a better banking experience? Open an account with Community Resource Bank and enroll in mobile banking with built-in debit card controls. Turn your card off and on, manage alerts, and set transaction limits all from your mobile device. We make banking easy at Community Resource Bank in Northfield, Cannon Falls, and Roseville. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Family Fare, Northfield's newly remodeled grocery store downtown, has a new name, a fresh look, and new options. Betty K Smokehouse is your new stop for lunch and dinner, conveniently located inside. Try their brisket, brats and sausages, chicken, pulled pork, St. Louis-style ribs, and more, all smoked on site. Stop in, grab the weekly ad, get a Starbucks, get what you need, and be on your way in minutes. Family Fare, your local neighborhood market that provides real values for real people in real communities, right here on Division Street.
Welcome back to North Mankato and the state championship in Class 3A. Your Lady Raiders is going to be playing host to the Mankato West Scarlets. I said with two teams they've known each other before. They played each other in the regular season. It was the Scarlets winning 5-1. That was way back in May 7th. But the Raiders played a tough game there as well. The Raiders are very aggressive with the bat. One thing they've noticed the last couple of games against Detroit Lakes and against Becker yesterday is they put people on the base pads. They like to swing the bat. They like to keep things moving. And in particular, yesterday's game against Becker, they didn't score many runs. In fact, they didn't score at all until they got to the fifth inning. And then the lights went out for Becker as they just put one run on after another and end up putting 8 runs on the board in the 5th, 6th, and 7th inning. So the Raiders will go after this pitcher. And this pitcher, Kayla Grunst is her name. She's a junior for this Mankato West Scarlets team. And she's also got a good, as you probably imagine, she's also a very strong pitcher. So you have two pitchers going back and forth on this one. Talking quickly about Bryn Hostetler. Hostetler so far in this tournament has struck out 27 batters, and so she's got a great delivery. A couple other factors here this afternoon. There's a bit of a wind up here at the field. It's actually coming from the south, and it'll swirl around back and come from the west. So we'll see how that affects the pitchers, because they're going to be throwing kind of a crosswind half the time, and this will be right behind them the second half. So with their fastball, it's going to make it go even quicker. On the offensive side for the Raiders, certainly you can't look past Jillian Knoll. Jillian Knoll has 2 home runs in this ballgame, one in Game 1 against Detroit Lakes, and one big one yesterday in the 6th inning to open that game up against Becker. So she can send this thing a ways, and if she gets a win behind her, it won't take much for this thing to go out, although I don't think she really needs a win for that matter. So I tell you what, the Raiders are on the field here. They're just getting their last warm-ups. The Scarlets are going to be the home team, so they actually warmed up already. So the Raiders will finish their warm-ups here. They'll come back in, grab their bats, and then we'll be off and going. The umpires are on the field, too. So we're about 5 minutes out from the start of today's state championship Class 3A game. And like I said, I'll try and keep you updated on the 4A game and the 2A game, which are going on as well for state championship. But I tell you what, Raider girls softball coming your way, state championship action in 5 minutes. Let's take a 2-minute timeout, come back and give you the Castle Rock starting lineups for both these teams on 95.1 The One and 1080 KYMN Radio.
All of us at Service Master by Hyatt are so proud of the accomplishments of the Northfield Raiders softball team. All the hard work has paid off and earned them a trip to state. Keep up the winning streak, girls. All of Raider Nation is behind you. If you are unable to attend the games, Service Master by Hyatt is happy to have partnered with KYMN and will be sponsoring the broadcasts of all the Raider games at the state tournament. Go Raiders! Dirty carpet?
The van, the yellow van, call Service Master.
Service Master by Hyatt, 877-945-0993.
Make a stop at the graphic mailbox. So you're really in a pickle. You want to save a nickel. You don't know how to do it. There's a place that helps you through it. You know the spot. The graphic mailbox. stop at the graphic mailbox.
If all you want is a sip of water at the kitchen sink, any filter will do. I want better water in the laundry, better water in the bathroom, better water at every tap, in every room for everyone in my home. Every time, everywhere I use water, every day. So I got a whole home filtration system from Culligan. Now I ask you, how long will it take for you to call the Culligan Man?
Hey, Culligan Man!
Call your friendly Northfield Culligan dealer today at 507-645-6621.
For more than a century, the people of Farmington and Castle Rock have put their trust in the family-owned bank of Castle Rock Bank. The bank was founded in 1916 to meet the financial needs of this growing community. Today, Castle Rock Bank in Farmington and Castle Rock has achieved the 5-star superior rating by Bauer Financial Reports, a rating they've held for more than 30 years. Castle Rock is an independent bank, so the decisions are made right here. It's dedicated to deliver prompt, reliable, accurate, and friendly service. You know us, we know you. That's Castle Rock Bank.
Welcome back to Caswell Park here at North Mankato as we get set for the state championship. They're announcing the starting lineups for the Northfield Raiders, and we're going to get to that in just a second. Let's do the starting lineups. First off, for the Mankato West Scarlets, starting off in right field is going to be Maddie Mueller. In second base is going to be Abby Sterling. At the shortstop position will be Chelsea Stoltzman. At the second base position is going to be Kinsey Grunst. And the catching position today is Bree Stoltzman. A couple of sisters on this team. Actually, you're going to hear Grunst and Stoltzman a lot. There's sisters on both sides here. At first place is going to be Claire Henstruck. In the DH or designated player position is going to be Douglas, Landing Hunt Douglas. And the pitcher position will be Kayla Grunst. She's going to bat number 8. And in the final batter for the Mankato West Scarlets is going to be Holly Wisty. She is the center fielder. So that's the starting lineup brought by Castle Rock Bank for the Mankato West Scarlets. For your Northfield Raiders, here's your starting lineup. At second base will be Peyton Fox. In the right field is going to be Michaela Gerard. She had a big game yesterday. At shortstop, of course, Jillian Knoll, the home run hitter. And the second base position is going to be Annie Fossum. I say that's third base, Annie Fossum. At the catcher position, Chloe Roska. At first base is going to be Caroline Pritchard. And then Annika Gugesberg is being center. Your DP today, designated player, is going to be Avery Volek. She was DP yesterday for the Becker game, had an excellent day at the plate. And your final starting lineup here, member, is going to be Emma Johnson. She'll be playing in left field. So that's the starting lineups for both teams as the Castle Rock Bank brings you the starting lineups here today. And I want to thank all of our sponsors who made this game possible. And certainly without your sponsors, we wouldn't be here. And without your support throughout the season, whether it's softball, football, basketball, baseball, without you, we really appreciate having you aboard. So the starting lineup is being announced by the Mankato West Scarlets. Let's take one more 1-minute timeout and come back and start the play-by-play right here from Caswell Park in Class 3A championship game between your Northfield Raiders and the Mankato West Scarlets. Back in 1 minute on 95.1 The One and 1080 KYMN Radio.
Honey, I love your parents, but lately your chore list around here feels a bit neglected.
I know, I'm sorry. They just aren't able to keep up with the housework like they used to.
Maybe it's time to look at other living options?
Well, we'd have to find the right place where they can maintain their social life and independence.
Hi, this is Kathy Olson, Executive Director at Millstream Commons. Our assisted living options include studio, 1-bedroom, and 2-bedroom apartments where you can enjoy life without all the work. Call me at 507-650-9627 to schedule a tour.
Millstream Commons. Your vibrant life continues here.
Hi, this is Barb, and on behalf of myself, the doctors, and staff at Professional Drive Dental, we want to wish the Raider Girls softball team good luck on their first ever state tournament appearance. We are all very excited for you, and we wish each and every one of you continued success at state and always. Professional Drive Dental says brush, floss, hit. Go Raiders.
I love that. Brush, floss, hit. Let's hope the Raiders do some hitting here. Welcome back to Caswell Park and the start of the Class 3A championship softball game here. Let's try and set the stage a little bit for you. The Raiders are here in black pants, white jerseys with maroon letters and numbers and maroon socks. The Mankato West Scarlets are here in their red and black. They got black pants, white shirts, red sleeves, and red numbers and numerals and letters. So that's how the two teams look on the field. Both teams are talking to the respective umpires. There are 3 umpires for this ball game, 1 behind the plate, 1 on each line, but they've had that way all throughout the tournament. So 3 umpires per game. So so far the calls have been great. They've been right on top of them. It's pretty hard to miss them, and so they're getting the last second information. The Raiders will be batting first. They are going to be the visitor team here today, as it will be Peyton Fox, it'll be Michaela Gerard, and Jillian Knoll to kick things off for the Raiders here this afternoon. The Raider faithful is here today in droves. There's probably 60 to 70 fans out here on the right-hand side of me. By the same token, a lot of folks, Mankato West, this is they're basically their home. Of course, they don't have to travel far to get to Caswell Park. Beautiful facility here at Caswell Park. I'm actually sitting about 25 to 30 feet above the field and straight behind home plate. So I got a good vantage point, and I also have a vantage point to my right and to my left. Quick update for you on 4A. Maple Grove is trying to upset Stillwater. They're up 1-0. That's in the 4th inning. Stillwater, the defending champion in Class 4A. And Norway Young America is there's no no score in that game. That's just underway. That's in the 1st inning. So this game set to get underway. The Raiders heading back to their bench. Scarlets heading back to their bench. They're starting their clap and dance routine over here. Are the Scarlets. Scarlets is no stranger to this tournament. They've been here many, many, many times before. Of course, Raiders is their first appearance, as everybody knows, at the state tournament. Interesting couple notes, though. The Bryn actually was here with Winona last year. She pitched a couple innings when Winona Windhawks came down here and won this title last year. So that's the kind of the background, if you will. A bit of a breeze coming in straight from the south right now. About 10 to 15 mile per hour breeze. It picks up to 20 miles an hour once in a while, then kicks back down again. Then it swirls around and goes the other way, and it'll be blowing out to left as it'll come and switch to the west, coming out of the west. So the Caswell Park, lots of big cottonwood trees all the way around, and a beautiful day for softball. Game time temperature about 89 degrees down here, and it should stay right about there. So a couple last-minute instructions for the Mankato West Scarlets, and they will take the field, and we'll be underway. Again, I want to thank our sponsors for sponsoring this game and throughout the season. Service Master by Hyatt, thanks for being on board here. If you got any kind of a celebration going on this summer, you got the graduation, you got family reunions, have a Service Master by Hyatt come out and take the stress out of summer. Service Master by Hyatt, they'll do all your carpets, take that off your list, and you can concentrate on making those great jalapeno poppers with cream cheese and bacon. Sound good to me. All right, the Scarlets are on the field, and here getting the opening warm-up pitches by Kayla Grunts. Grunts has an ERA of about 1.6 on the season, so she's a right-handed pitcher. She's warming up to kind of a bit of a curve. She has 3 different pitches, a curve, a drop ball, and, of course, a fastball. And as everybody knows about Bryn Hossettler, she came into this tournament with 204 strikeouts. She can tack on 27 in this tournament alone, not to mention the sections. So she strikes out a lot of girls. She's got a series of pitches as well. Fastball. She's got a drop ball, and she's got a rising pitch that she threw yesterday. And this wind, we'll see what that does when these batters come up for the box. So Mankato West Scarlets getting warmed up here. So the Raiders will send the first 3 out there. It'll be Peyton Fox. She'll be batting first, the second baseman, followed by Michaela Gerard, the right fielder, and Jillian Knoll in the hole for the Raiders as they get ready to roll here. Some last-second stuff by the Scarlets in the circle. Umpires cleaning off home plate, and here we go. State tournament action here on 95.1 The One and 1080 KYMN Radio. And a lot of people out here watching the games, fans on both sides, all the way lined out to left field to my left and all the way to right field on my right. So, and then, of course, some of the other teams sticking around to see who wins this one. Cloquet won the third-place game before this, knocking off Becker, who the Raiders beat yesterday. Cloquet won them in 6 innings, 10 run. First pitch to the outside for a ball to Fox, and 1-0 the count. Fox steps back in. Fox, a left-hander, plays second base for the Raiders. And the pitch swung on, and that one's foul tipped into the left field seats, or left-hand people on the left-hand side over there. Got him hopping already, does Fox. People to my left are Mankato West Scarlets. People to my right are Northfield Raider fans. Of course, a lot of kids got out of school today to come down and watch this game. The Probably bailed out a little early last day of school. And the pitch. In the dirt, low. 2-1. Bit of an off-speed pitch there. Just kind of got away from her. Kayla Grunst, the junior, on the mound in the circle. Pitch on the way. That one is low for a ball. 3-1. Peyton Fox stepping up to the plate. 3-1 the count as Grunst will step back into the circle. Takes the sign. Here's the pitch. Swung on and miss. We'll go to a full count for the first batter of this ball game. 7 innings regulation for softball. Same for baseball. And the pitch, full count. And that one's low, and the Raiders have their first runner on as Peyton Fox will head down to first base. She draws the walk. That'll bring up Michaela Gerard, the right fielder. Gerard is a right-hander, so she'll switch around the other way. Number 88. Long blonde hair. She's letting her hair fly today. As she takes time, steps in, and here we go. Fox down at first for the Raiders. And the pitch. In there for a strike. 0-1 now. Michaela Gerard. She had 2 doubles in this tournament. One yesterday against Becker, one against Detroit Lakes. 0-1 the count and the pitch. Swung on in the dirt, and catcher gets a hold of it. 0-2 to count now. That was a bit of an off-speed pitch there, too. That was a little slow coming in. That's probably why I hit the dirt. Gerard was kind of ahead of it, kind of a half swing. 0-2 the count and the pitch. Swung on, driving into right field. Skips over the left field hand, and Fox heading for third. He's in dirt, and they got her. Fox tried to turn it, and they got her, trying to stretch it over to third base. So the Raiders, pushing the base pads, have one out here as Fox gets picked off at third. That ball just skipped over the second baseman's glove into right field. The right fielder came up throwing. And Fox, even though she's got a good set of wheels, just didn't get there in time. So now you got Gerard at first, one down, and Jillian Knoll stepping in for the Raiders. And the pitch. That one's low. Wind now coming in straight from center field. Maybe a little bit to right. Oh, and 1 the count. One down, runner on first, and the pitch. That one is a ball outside. Evens the count at 1-1. Knoll yesterday 4 for 5 in that second game with a 2-run blast in the 6th inning. Steps in, 1-1 count. And here comes a pitch. Swung on in the middle, and shortstop can't get it. Gerard will hold up at 2, and the Raiders have runners at first and second now. As Knoll reaches on a base hit. That was a nasty one. Took a bad hop. Right between the shortstop, right between the pitcher and the shortstop, right over the shortstop's glove into center field. The fields are dry. They've been putting a lot of water on in these fields between each game. That brings up Annie Fossum, the third baseman. Runners on first and second, one down. Pitch, swung up the middle, that's a base hit. See if they try to score. Come around third and come for home. Here comes the play at the plate, and not in time. Michaela Gerard scores from second. The throw was on. Nelson will move over, Knoll will move over to third. And the Raiders coming out hitting. Check that, Nelson down at second. Knoll down at second. Fossum at first. Chloe Roska will step up to the plate. One in, one down. And Roska, another left-hander, will step in. Runners on first and second for the Raiders. Raiders being aggressive. The throw is at the plate. A nice slide there. That was a hit. Going to drop in left field. And that will hold the runner at third. She gets there in time. Roska, a looper into left field. The Raiders coming out swinging here. Bases loaded now. One down, and it'll bring up Pritchard. Caroline Pritchard will step up, the first baseman. And the umpire coming over to talk to Coach Ryan Peach.
Courtesy runner at first base.
So they switched to courtesy runner. So Schwartz will step in and she will run for Roska, the catcher. Roska, of course, probably put her gear back on. Raiders off and flying here. Bases loaded, one down. Top of the first inning just underway here at Caswell Park. Caroline Pritchard stepping to the plate for the Raiders. Annika Gugelsberg on deck and Avery Volek in the hole. So here we go. Pritchard steps in and the pitch. That one is in for ball. Umpire's a little delayed on giving you the calls. And the pitch. That one is low. 2-0. This would be advantageous if they can get an easy walk run here. 2-0 the count. As Grunst will step into the circle, and here comes a pitch. That one in for a strike. 2-1. Rochester Lourdes and the game behind me, they have no score in that inning, that game. And there's another strike. 2-2 the count. So bases loaded. Counts 2-2. And Grunst, here's the pitch. Swung on up the middle and hits the shortstop in the mouth. Raiders will score one. And boy, I tell you, she took a shot right there. Noel will come in to score. Infield hit for Pritchard. And the shortstop was playing up. I don't think she had time to get her glove up. That came in and she was probably, she had a mouth guard in. Just to let you girls know, mouth guards are important. But she took it straight up in the mouth. And she's waving off the coach and I'd sit down, I'm okay. So the Raiders, shortstop is Stoltzman. That's Jelia Stoltzman. So bases loaded still for the Raiders, one down. And going after it in a hurry, 2-0 Raiders on top here, top of the first inning. And it'll be Annika Gugelsberg to step in. This is the center fielder. Avery Volek on deck and Emma Johnson in the hole with one down. Raiders coming out aggressively, swinging the bat. And here we go. And the pitch. That one in for a strike. So 0-1 the count to Gugelsberg. Bases loaded, as we said. Here we go. Swung on that one to the shortstop, back to home plate for one down, up to first, and not in time. So they get the force at home. Everybody else advances. Base is still loaded, but 2 outs now. So Avery Volek will step in, the DP for this game. Had a decent game yesterday. And the pitch. That one low for a ball. Kayla Grunst, the junior, got herself a bit of a jam here. Raiders bases loaded, 2 down now. And the pitch. That one is in the dirt as well. 2-0. Volek not chasing. Grunst will step back in the circle. Here we go. 2-0 the count and the pitch. That one in for a strike. 2-1 the count now. She threw a bit of a curveball pitch before. That was a fastball. And here comes a pitch. Another fastball. That one misses. 3-1. So big pitch here. 3-1. 2 down. Bases loaded for the Raiders here. Top of the first. They have 2 in already. And the pitch. In the dirt, she walked her. So Grunst walks in a run. Bases stay loaded. And that will bring up Emma Johnson. Johnson, the left fielder. Coach coming out to talk to his hurler already. Now they might even think about switching here. They got number 16 out there. This would be interesting if they go through another pitcher here. That's Lauren Douglas. Douglas is a freshman, number 16. So let's see. They go with her. Got a fast pitch. So they're going to go through. Kayla Grunts is going to sit down, and they're going to go with the freshman. And Lauren Douglas. So Grunts gets charged with 3 runs. And she will sit down, and it's going to be Douglas in the circle. What a great start for the Raiders here. Bases still loaded, 2 outs. And Emma Johnson, the number 9 batter, coming up. And should they get through here, they'll bat through the string in the first inning. And they'll start with Peyton Fox again, who's in the on-deck circle. So the Raiders wasting no time doing damage here at Caswell Park at North Mankato in the state championship in Class 3A. So Emma Johnson will step in to face Lauren Douglas. And Lauren Douglas, the freshman. First pitch in there for a strike. Douglas going right after with a fastball. She's got a quick delivery, too. And when you have a team like Mankato West, you got several pitchers. And here comes the pitch. That one's fastball, too. All fastballs. 0-2 now the count. And the pitch. 0-2. That one up high for a ball. 1-2. Raider ladies retreat to their respective bases. Douglas kicks, fires. Here it comes. Swung on, and that one is going to go into left field. The Raiders will score another one. Someone coming around the corner trying to home plate, and this is going to be an out. They nail her at home. The Raiders will score another one. But Gugelsberg tried to come around from second to score. And wait a minute. Check that. What's it called? Interference by the third baseman, and the Raiders are going to pick up another run. They're saying that third baseman interfered on the turn, and the Raiders have 5 in the books in the first inning. So that'll put Johnson up on first. She actually got all the way down to second, and Volk stands at third. 5-0 Raiders, top of the first. It's the first I've seen interference on that one, but that's why you have 3 umpires out here. So Gugelsberg on the turn was interfered with. And the Raiders with runners on second and third now. Swung on by Fox, foul back. Batting the cycle here in the first inning. So Avery Volk stands at third base. Emma Johnson stands at second base. 2 outs. 5 runs in for the Raiders in the top of the first. Pitch. Swung on. That's with the second baseman. Bad hop, but she gets it. Scoops it up over to first. So that'll end the first inning. Not till the Raiders get 5 runs in the top of the first on 4 hits. And they leave 2. Back in 30 seconds on 95.1, the 1 and 1080 KYMN Radio.
Everyone at Apple Chevrolet Buick in Northfield would like to wish the Raider girls softball team good luck at State. It's been an amazing season, but it's not over yet. Keep up the hard work at State. When you're ready to hit a home run with a new or used vehicle, stop into Apple Chevrolet Buick in Northfield and check out our winning lineup of cars and trucks.
This is Eric Frank with RE/MAX Advantage Plus in Northfield. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Raider girls softball team and their coaching staff on making it to the state tournament. Best of luck. All your years of hard work and dedication are paying off, and all of Raider Nation is behind you. As a Raider alum, I enjoy working with all of Raider Nation. If you think it may be time for you to buy or sell, please give me a call. Again, this is Eric Frank with RE/MAX Advantage Plus. My number is 612-481-3802. Go Raiders.
Welcome back to Caswell Park in North Mankato. What a fast start for the Raiders, up 5-0 here in the bottom of the first. And boy, what an interesting first inning that was. Let's try and go back and rehash that a little bit. Peyton Fox had a base on balls, and then it was the hit parade starting as Michaela Girard hit a base hit. And they picked off Fox trying to get to third, trying to stretch it. That was the first out of the inning. But then Julian Knoll came right back with a base hit. Annie Fossum came right back with another base hit, and the ball was flying. Then Chloe Rosca with a looping base hit into left field. That scored two more. And then the interesting stuff started happening as well. Then you had Caroline Pritchard. She had a base hit, and that scored one more. So we were looking at 3-0 at that point. Then the hit by Avery Volek that scored Pritchard and Gugelsberg. And the interference came from the third baseman not giving her the inside the bag. You have to give her the inside the bag, and she was standing on the base. Umpire right there said that's interference. You can't do that. So even though they picked her off at home, she scored anyway. So that's how we ended that first inning. That's what happened on that third base play. So here we go. The Raiders now on defense, bottom of the first, and it is going to be Maddie Mueller, the right fielder, to start things off for the Mankato West Scarlets. And she will face Bryn Hostetler. First pitch in there for strike. Fastball. That one was moving. Wind switching around now, swirling around, kicking back out the other direction. We're up on the top of the hill. If you've ever been to Caswell Park, it's in North Mankato, right off of Highway 14. That one is a ball inside. 1-1 the count. Anyway, so Caswell Park just sits on top of a hill, and so there's not much to stop the breeze from coming across here. And frankly, it's nice to have the breeze after yesterday. Pitch on the way. That one is in for a strike. 1-2. Hostetler, a sophomore for the Raiders. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. He gets the first K of the day. Taking down Maddie Mueller. One down for the Scarlets, and that'll bring up Abby Serlin. So Serlin is the second baseman for this team. She's a right-hander as well to face Bryn Hostetler. And the pitch. Inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Lots of good teams here, as you can probably imagine. State tournament. And the pitch. That one in for a strike. 1-1. Hostetler is throwing all fastballs right now. 1-1 the count. One down and the pitch. That one is inside for a ball. 2-1 the count now. Rochester Lourdes in Norway Young America in 2A championship. Rochester Lourdes look like they just picked up a run. There's a pitch hit back to Bryn. Bryn picks it off and throws it over first base for the easy out. So Sterling goes down. 3-1 on that play. 2 down, and that'll bring up Stoltzman. Jalissa. It's actually spelled Jalissa. Jalissa Stoltzman. She will step in here. 2 up, 2 down so far for Mankato West here in the bottom of the first. Raiders on top 5-0. That's a short little blooper over the short third baseman over to first, and they got her to ground out. So ground out short, or third to first. 5-3 on the putout. 3 up, 3 down for the Mankato West Scarlets. We'll go to the top of the second. Raiders up 5-0. Back in 60 seconds on 95.1 The One and 1080 KYMN Radio.
Champion Sports would like to congratulate the Raider girls softball team on making it to state. It's been a great season. Champion Sports is the place to go for all of your Northfield Raider gear and sports equipment. Whether it's your first ever softball glove or a pair of cleats for your senior year, The friendly staff at Champion Sports will help you choose the equipment that is right for you. Stop in today.
Summer colors are alive and blooming. Stop into Judy's Floral Design to spruce up and put some color on your patio or deck. Judy's Floral Design has an array of marvelous flowers and plants to pick from. Stop in or browse judysfreshfloraldesign.com for a large selection of arrangements and price ranges. All of us at Judy's Floral Design are cheering on our Raider girls in the Minnesota High School State Softball Tournament. Go Raiders!
Welcome back to Caswell Park, where the Raiders come back up to bat here in the top of the second. On top 5-0. They will send Michaela Gerard, Jillian Knoll, Ann Fossum, and Chloe Rozka to the plate. And they will face the freshman in Lauren Douglas. Douglas in the circle, and Gerard to step up. Raiders aggressive in that first inning, no question about that. Scoring 5, and let's see if they can keep things rolling. Gerard steps in. Here comes the first pitch on its way. Swung on, and that one is over to third baseman. Hard ground ball, and they ground out third to first. So 5-3 on the put out there. And so now it'll be Jillian Knoll to step in to face Douglas. A hard hit ball right to the third baseman. And like I said, the ground is very dry. So that ball is moving when it comes off the bat. First pitch to Knoll. That one, foul down the left field line. Hit the fence in foul territory. So Knoll ahead on that one. 0-1 the count to Knoll. Jillian Knoll, the shortstop for this team. Got a strong bat. And we'll see what she can do here. And the pitch. That one is off-speed pitch just kind of floated over there. Knoll laid off on that one. So 1-1 the count. One down here, top of the second. Raiders on top 5-0. Knoll steps in. Douglas from the circle and the pitch. That one. Another ball, 2-1 now. The wind is kind of just stopped here, really let up here. I'm sure it'll pick up here in a second. Yeah, now it picks up from the west. Swung on, that was a base hit to left, right down the line. It's fair ball. She'll look at second, but hold up at first. So Jillian Knoll goes 2 for 2 here. And the Raiders have a runner on first with one down. That'll bring Ann Fossum to the plate. Fossum, the third baseman. So Fossum will step in with a runner on first here. Raiders going after the ball here in this state championship. Fossum, pitch on the way. Lays off it. And I haven't seen a call yet on what it was. And actually, notice it may have been a ball here. I don't think anybody knows that you haven't put it up on the board yet. So here we go. Fossum steps in, and the pitch. Low in the dirt. Definitely a ball there. I'm guessing it's 2-0. So here comes the pitch to Fossum. Held off, and that's a strike. Throws back to first, and not in time. Diving back in is Knoll. So Grunst, the catcher, this is Kayla Grunst, set that up to first, not in time. And the pitch. Swung on, that was foul tipped. So I think it's 2-2. They still haven't have it up on the board, but I believe it's 2-2. She sent 4 pitches down there. Yeah, there it is now. It's 2-2. So Ann Fossum steps in, 2-2. Runner at first, one down here for the Raiders, top of the second. And the pitch. Swung on, and that one to the third baseman. Gets up and gets to the second for the one out, but not in time to get Fossum. So Fossum gets on in the fielder's choice. And there's 2 down. So that'll bring Chloe Roska to the plate. She had a blooper signal to left her first time up. With 2 down here, she'll step in. Left-hander is Roska. And the pitch. Off-speed pitch, just rainbowed in there. And that one is a pitch that, if it's in there, you can send that thing sailing, but you got to wait for it. It just kind of bloops in, almost like a slow pitch. There's a fastball, and that's the ball as well. 2-0 the count. Roska, the catcher, threw out 2 runners yesterday at second base trying to steal in game 1. And the pitch. That one is in for a strike, 2-1. 2 down here, top of the second. Raiders on top 5-0 with a runner on first. Setting up there is Ann Fossum. Here comes the pitch. Roska gets a piece of it, and it may drop it. She drops it. The right fielder dropped it. The wind brought it in. Roska gets on, and runners on first and third now for the Raiders. Roska's just kind of got it up in the air. It was behind second base, and the right fielder. Right fielder came on. The wind caught it and pushed it in. So 2 down now. Runners at the corners for the Raiders. Carolyn Pritchard, the first baseman, to step in. Pritchard is also a pitcher, as everybody knows. So she'll step in here. The Raiders can score here. They're doing some serious damage in the first opening 2 innings here. Runners at the corners, 2 down. And Pritchard will step in. Raiders have already gone through 1 pitcher in Kayla Grunst. And now they're battling the freshman. Squaring to bunt, and that'll send Roska down to second base. And so I don't know, the 2 down. Pritchard now will straighten things out, I think. And the pitch. That one is low. 1-1 the count. So second and third, Raiders have runners. Top of the second, and the pitch. That one is in for a strike. 1-2 now to Pritchard. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on second and third for the Raiders. Pitch. That's an off-speed floater. I think she was thinking that Pritchard is going to be swinging on that one. So she backs off. 2-2 the count now. Annika Gugesberg on deck for the Raiders. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. Pritchard stays alive. Pritchard, this is her second plate appearance, had a big base hit in that first inning to score 2. With that interference at third base, giving the Raiders 5 runs. And the pitch. That one, high for a ball. Full count now. That one was close. So full count, Pritchard steps back in. 2 down. Top of the second, here we go. Pitch by Douglas. Swung on, drives into center field. This will score 2. Want to come in third base, coming around third, coming in to score. The Raiders will pick up 2 more on a base hit by by Pritchard, and she will stand at first, and the Raiders are about to put 2 more in the books. 7-0 Raiders. And who would have thought this was going to happen? With 2 down, the Raiders up 7-0 here in the top of the second. Gugesberg will step in now with a runner at first in Pritchard. And the catch is squaring to throw, but looks her back. That ball in there for a strike, so 0-1 the count. And that one, an off-speed pitch, kind of floats that one in there as well. That's a ball, so 1-1 the count to Gugesberg. 7-0 Raiders, top of the second state tournament. Early in the ball game, but they already got their second pitcher in. That one's inside for a ball. 2-1. So So here we go. The Raiders with a runner at first in Pritchard and 2 across here. They got the opening lead they're looking for, certainly. Swung on and foul tip back to the screen. 1-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the second inning. Lauren Douglas, the freshman, in the circle for Mankato West Scarlets. Here at Caswell Park in North Mankato. And the pitch. Swung on that one. Bloops over to first base for the 3rd out. But not until the Raiders pick up 2 more runs on 2 more hits. They have 6 hits and 7 runs so far here in this ball game. And we'll go to the bottom of the second. Raiders on top 7-0 back in 1 minute on 95.1 The One and 1080 KYMN Radio.
Hi, I'm Rob Anderson of Northfield Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacist. Filling your prescription is my biggest concern, but I also enjoy answering your questions, whether they're about medications you're taking or finding the right over-the-counter remedy for your cold or flu. You make me feel like a part of your family, and since this is my store, I can take the time to get to know you and everything I should about your family's health. Stop by Northfield Pharmacy in Northfield, your good neighbor pharmacy.
Northfield Construction Company has provided quality general contracting services to the Northfield community for over 45 years. Our experienced and diverse team can handle projects from the smallest home remodel to a large-scale commercial project. Whatever your construction need, Northfield Construction will deliver. Call us today about your next project. 507-645-8975.
Welcome back to the bottom of the second inning. And the Raiders on top 7-0 here in the state title game in 3A. And the Scarlets will send Grunst, that's Kinsey Grunst, Stoltzman, and Henstruck to the plate to face Bryn Hostetler, who has 1 strikeout thus far here in this ball game. Raiders defense gets set, and here we go. Raiders very aggressive today with the bat. And now it's time for the defense to take over. Here comes Hostetler. First pitch way high for a ball. Kinsey Grunst, to look up her info here, she's the 3rd baseman. And the pitch. That one in for a strike. Fastball. 1-1 the count. So Kinsey Grunst is a senior. And the pitch. That one in for a strike as well. 1-2 the count. We said Raider faithful here. A lot of folks coming out here today to the ballpark to watch this game. Tons of games yesterday, as you probably imagine. It's a little quieter here today, well, with only fewer games going on. Swung on and missed. She struck her out. Second strikeout of the ball game. And that'll bring Bree Stoltzman in. That one was that pitch lifted. It ended up very high, but started low. So a nice pitch there by Hostetler. First pitch to Stoltzman. In there for a ball. Bree Stoltzman, the catcher for this club. Sits and waits for Hostetler. Pitches on the way, swing, and out to center field, but caught. Coming in from center field, nice move by Gugelsberg to close on that one. It just hung up there long enough, and Gugelsberg hauls it in for the second out. So fly out to center. And now we got Claire Henstock. She's the first baseman for this club. So 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the second for Mankato West. And the pitch. That one in for is ball inside. Fastball that time by Hostetler. As they get set again. And the pitch. That one in for a strike, right down the pipe. Hostetler throwing some smoke here in the second inning. And the pitch. Fastball. In there for a strike. 1-2. So 1-2 the count to Henstrock. High ball. 2-2. She evens the count. Bottom of 2. Raiders on top 7-0 here. They got 5 in the first, 2 in the second. And now their defense and the pitch. That was dribbled down the third baseline, scooped up over to first in time. So the Raiders going up and down in order for the second time. 5-3 on the putout. And the Raiders will go back to the bats here. Top of the third coming your way on 95.1 The One and 1080 KYMN Radio. 1 minute.
Hi, this is Barb, and on behalf of myself, the doctors, and staff at Professional Drive Dental, we want to wish the Raider girls softball team good luck on their first ever state tournament appearance. We are all very excited for you, and we wish each and every one of you continued success at state and always. Professional Drive Dental says brush, floss, hit. Go Raiders.
Accuracy is important when it comes to things like heart surgery, tightrope walking, and it's also very important for your vehicle tires to be in alignment to prevent extra wear and tear on your tires and suspension. Elite Auto Care can help ensure that your alignment is straight as an arrow, saving you time and money in the long run. They have a state-of-the-art alignment rack and offer alignment checks daily. Stop in today and make sure you're driving straight. Plus, alignment is included with the purchase of 4 new tires. Find them 6 days a week at 517 Water Street, Northfield, or online at EliteAutoCareMN.com.
Welcome back to Caswell Park as we go to the top of the third. Raiders on top 7-0 here. And due at the plate this time is Avery Volek, Emma Johnson, then the top of the order back to Peyton Fox. Due up for the Raiders this inning to face Lauren Douglas. Couple of updates for you. Rochester Lourdes up 7-0 in the 2A game. That's in the third inning. And in the 6A game, it's Maple Grove over Stillwater. That's 3-0. That's in the 6th inning. So those 2 other games going on. Now, of course, state tournament action all around in Caswell Park here. Beautiful facility. So Avery Volek steps in, top of the third, and the pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. 0-1 the count. Volek is the designated player. She had 3 hits yesterday against Becker. And the pitch. Lays off that one as it's 1-1 the ball. That was an off-speed pitch there too. That was kind of a blooper. It's an interesting pitch he throws. It's an off-speed pitch, but it's kind of almost like a slow pitch. That one in for a strike. 1-2 to Volek. Well, thank Castle Rock Bank for being on board here today, as well as Service Master by Hyatt. Thanks for sponsoring this broadcast throughout the tournament. And there's a shot up the middle, and it's scooped up by the shortstop over to first for the out. Hard hit ball by Volek for the shortstop right there. So 6-3 on the putout there. 1 down, and that'll bring Emma Johnson to the plate. Johnson had a base hit back in the first inning. And here she is in the third inning. Johnson, the left fielder for the Raiders. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. High pitch there. Johnson wanting that one. Went after it. So she'll step back in. Does Johnson. 0-1 the count. And the pitch from Douglas. Here it comes. Swung on. That was a low pitch, but the Johnson went after that one too. 0-2 the count. Raiders on top 7-0. Scoring 5 in the first, 2 in the second. Here they are in the third. 1 down after Volek grounded out short to first. And the pitch. Off-speed pitch, and she swung at it. That rainbow got her that time, so 3 straight strikes, and it's the first strikeout of the ballgame for the Mankato West Scarlets and Douglas. 2 down, and that'll send top of the order Peyton Fox to the plate. This is her third appearance. She walked in the first inning, scored picked off at third, then grounded out second to first in the second inning. First pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count to Fox. So here we go, the pitch. And swung way ahead of that one, off-speed pitch. Fox fooled on that one, 0-2 the count. She was way ahead of that one. She's smiling. She knew it, too. 0-2 the count. 2 down here, top of the third. Pitch. In there for a strike. She struck her out. So 3 up, 3 down for the Raiders in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third. Raiders on top 7-0 here at Caswell Park in the state championship in Class 3A. Back in 1 minute on 95.1 The One and 1080 KYMN Radio.
Hi, this is Barb, and on behalf of myself, the doctors, and staff at Professional Drive Dental, we want to wish the Raider girls softball team good luck on their first ever state tournament appearance. We are all very excited for you, and we wish each and every one of you continued success at state and always. Professional Drive Dental says brush, floss, hit. Go Raiders.
Professional Pride Realty, your locally owned real estate company, is a proud sponsor of Northfield Raider Athletics. All of our realtors and staff would like to congratulate the Raider girls softball team on making it to the state tournament. Whether you're buying, selling, or both, contact Professional Pride Realty and let them help you every step of the way. Good luck, Raiders.
Welcome back to Caswell Park, North Mankato. Sunny Friday afternoon. And right now, 7-0, Raiders on top as we go to the bottom of the third inning here against the Mankato West Scarlets. Scarlets have yet to bat through the lineup. There you have batters 7, 8, and 9 here. As it'll be Douglas Grunst, it'll be Kayla Grunst, the pitcher, and then Holly Wisty, the center fielder. So those 3 batters due up. And so Douglas is a designated hitter here, designated player. She's a lefty. So Pritchard will play closer to the line, and Fox will move over. As Hostetler will get set for the circle. She's got 2 strikeouts here thus far. That one outside for a ball. 1-0 the count to Douglas. Actually, Douglas is the pitcher, by the way. That one's foul tipped out of play. Just gets into the Mankato West crowd on the left-hand side. So evens the count at 1-1. So Douglas will step back in again. And we'll wait for the next pitch. They State High School League do a nice job in this tournament. They've got concession stands on each end and the main concession stand in the middle, so trying to cut down the crowds. That one is in there for a strike. 1-2 is the count. And here we go. 1-2 the pitch. High. 2-2 is the count to Douglas. Grunst warming up in the on-deck circle and Wisty in the hole for Mankato West. Here comes the pitch. Struck her out. Douglas goes down swinging. Hostetler gets her with a fastball. That's 3 strikeouts for her. And now coming to the plate is going to be Kayla Grunst. Kayla Grunst, the start out as pitcher here today, is now batting in the number 8 slot for Mankato West. And the pitch. In there for a strike. 0-1. I hate to guess what speed these balls are coming in there, but they are moving. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Hostetler, just a sophomore. She'll be with the Raiders for a while. In fact, the Raiders, only a couple seniors on this team, a few juniors, and a whole host of sophomores. Swung on and missed. 3 straight strikes. Strikeout number 4. And 2 down in the bottom of the third. Holly Wisty, the center fielder, to come step in the plate. And 4 strikeouts thus far for Hostetler. Here comes a curve. Swung on and missed. yesterday they had a lot of trouble with gnats out here. Gnats kind of have they all hatched at once, it seemed like, and Hostetler was blown away from her face all day. That is in there for a ball. 1-1 the count. Anyway, so Hostetler used some bug spray. They inadvertently sprayed it on her lips. Her lips went numb. Then they take it back off again. And they gave her some of that insect stick. And that seemed to work for a little while until late yesterday afternoon, late being about 6:30, and that came out in force again. 0-2 the count. Here comes a pitch. Swung on and foul tipped. Got just a piece of it. 1-2 the count to Wisty. So 3-0 still. Maple Grove tried to upset Stillwater and take the 4A crown from her. Chloe Roska took it in the face there. The catcher, they're just going to have her pull her mask off, and she said, yeah, I'm fine. Tough kid is Roska. Very exciting kid. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. She struck her out. 3 straight strikeouts. And the Scarlets go down in order again. 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the top of the 4th. Raiders on top 7-0 back in 60 seconds on 95.1 The One and 1080 KYMN Radio.
Northfield Insurance Company would like to salute the Northfield Raiders softball team on their first trip to the state tournament. It's been a spectacular season so far. Keep it up at state. For all of your home, auto, and life insurance needs, visit Northfield Insurance Company at 711 Division Street South in downtown Northfield. Go Raiders!
Family Fare, Northfield's newly remodeled grocery store downtown, has a new name, a fresh look, and new options, like the expanded donut and cake case. Now with cupcakes, dessert, sheet cakes, and over 40 varieties of donuts, made by their local donut masters in their own bakery. Stop in, grab the weekly ad, get a Starbucks, get what you need, and be on your way in minutes. Family Fare, your local neighborhood market that provides real values for real people in real communities. Right here on Division Street.
Summer colors are live and blooming. Stop into some color on your patio or deck. Judy's Floral Design has an array of marvelous...
Welcome back to Caswell Park as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Raiders on top 7-0. And the Raiders will send to the plate Gerard, Knoll, and Fossum here in the 4th. And let's see what they decide to do here. As Douglas will stay in the circle for Mankato West. Swung on, and that one is fouled down the third baseline. 0-1 to Gerard. Gerard will step out, get a couple swings, and step back in again. Gerard is the right fielder for this club. Wind really picking up now. High ball. 1-1 the count. Gerard lays off that one. So it's an odd wind, and now it's coming out straight out of the what I'd call the southeast, I guess. Blowing in from center. It kind of swirls around, and the pitch. That one is ball as well. So 2-1 the count now to Gerard. She steps back in. 7-0 Raiders on top here in this top of the 4th. And the pitch. That one is in for a ball. 3-1. So 3-1 the count to Gerard. Jillian Knoll in the on-deck circle and Fossum in the hole. And here we go. Gerard will step back in again. Waiting the pitch from Douglas. And the pitch. That one is in there for a strike. Gerard took a couple steps towards first base, and then the umpire said, no, strike. Full count now to Gerard in this top of the 4th inning. In case you just joined us, Raiders scored 5 in the first, 2 in the second. Here they are in the top of the 4th. And the pitch. Swung on the slow hopper over to third base. He comes up with it, scoops it up to first base. First base had to dig it out, but they get Gerard on the ground out. 5-3. And one down here for the Raiders, top of the fourth. Jillian Knowles stopped in the shortstop. She had a base hit in the first, a base hit in the second. And here she is in the fourth inning for her third plate appearance. Wind blowing straight in now. And her first pitch to Knoll in there for a strike. So Knoll step back in again. And wait for the second pitch from Douglas. Raiders staying aggressive here at the bat. Swung on, and that one's a high ball to left center field, and the wind holds it up. And it's a long fly ball to center. A lot of people get excited there because that, in a normal day, that probably would have been out of here, but it hung up there. So 2 down now, and we'll bring up Ann Fossum to the plate. Fossum had a base hit back in the first inning, got on a fielder's choice in the second inning, and here she is in the fourth. So she will step in, and the first pitch, that's in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. That's Fossum. The third baseman awaits the pitch, and here it comes. Swung on right up the middle, and shortstop scoops it up and over to first base. So the Raiders go up and down in order. Ground out, that was 6-3 on the ground out. So 3 up, 3 down, no runs in, no hits, no errors, and we will go to the bottom of the fourth. Raiders on top 7-0 back in 1 minute on 95.1 The One and 1080 KYMN Radio.
For more than a century, the people of Farmington and Castle Rock have put their trust in the family-owned bank of Castle Rock Bank. The bank was founded in 1916 to meet the financial needs of this growing community. Today, Castle Rock Bank in Farmington and Castle Rock has achieved the 5-star superior rating by Bauer Financial Reports, a rating they've held for more than 30 years. Castle Rock is an independent bank, so the decisions are made right here. It's dedicated to deliver prompt, reliable, accurate, and friendly service. You know us, we know you. That's Castle Rock Bank.
Everyone at Apple Chevrolet Buick in Northfield would like to wish the Raider girls softball team good luck at State. It's been an amazing season, but it's not over yet. Keep up the hard work at State. When you're ready to hit a home run with a new or used vehicle, stop into Apple Chevrolet Buick in Northfield and check out our winning lineup of cars and trucks.
Welcome back to Caswell Park as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. 7-0 on your Marquardell State Farm scoreboard. Raiders on top here. And so far they've gotten Mankato West to go up and down in order 3 straight innings. And so far, Bryn Hostetler has recorded 5 strikeouts. We'll go to the top of the order, though. Maddie Mueller will lead things off, followed by Abby Sterlin and Stoltzman, due up for Mankato West here in the bottom of the fourth. Yesterday, Mankato West struggled with Cloquet up until about the 6th inning, and then they blew the doors open there. So Mankato West explosive. They're not the number 1 ranked team in the state for nothing, but the Raiders so far are holding them at bay with a goose egg on the board. Here comes the first pitch, and squares the bunt, but nothing there. Pulls it back, and that's good for a ball. 1-0 the count to Mueller. Maddie Mueller, the right fielder for Mankato West. Here comes a pitch. Fastball. In there for a strike. 1-1 the count now to Mueller. Hostetler gets set from the circle. And here we go. That one inside for a ball. 2-1. As Hostetler will walk the circle, now steps in. Waiting for Sterling to step in. Mueller. And here comes the pitch. That's in there for strike 2. 2-2, she evens the count. This is second plate appearance for Maddie Mueller today. She struck out in the first inning. And here she is in the fourth. And the pitch. That one, is they sing high. That was awful close. 3-2 the count now to Mueller. Hostetler from the pitch. That one's high. She walked her. first base runner of the day for Mankato West. Abby Sterling drew up here. She grounded out pitcher to first base in the first inning. Here she is in the fourth inning. Runner on first is Maddie Mueller for Mankato West. Sterling steps in. She is the second baseman for Mankato West. And here comes the pitch. Runner goes, ground ball into left field, and Mueller will stay at second. First base hit of the ball game, and that'll send Sterling up to first base. So runners on first and second for Mankato West now. No out. We'll bring up Stoltzman. Stoltzman is the shortstop for Mankato West. And here comes a pitch. Fastball fouled back to the screen. She's got a piece of that one. And Stoltzman will head back to the circle. 0-1 the count. Here comes the pitch from Hostetler. Squares to bunt and does not get a piece of it. Goes over Roska's head, though. And the runners are both advanced. So runners at second and third now for Mankato West. 1-1 is the count. First base is now currently open. As Mankato West got a threat going here in the bottom of the fourth. And here comes the pitch. Fouled up the screen again, comes straight down. So 1-2 the count now. To Stoltzman, and she'll step back in. So 7-0 Raiders on top here in your Mark Cornell State Farm scoreboard, but runners at second and third now for Mankato West. No outs here in the bottom of the fourth. As Stoltzman steps in, 1-2 the count. Here comes a pitch. Fastball over inside. 2-2 the count. They even it up. Sunny afternoon, bit breezy here. As the wind coming out of the south. Swung on and back up to the screen as well. Mankato West getting the bats going a little bit here anyway. This inning started with a walk to Maddie Mueller. And a base hit by Abby Sterling. They both advanced on a pass ball. And here comes a pitch. 2-2 the count. High. 3-2. Back to third. Oh, she faked it. Roska not afraid to launch that ball. Full count now to Stoltzman. First base is open. So would it create the force if they walk her here? So here we go. 3-2 the count and the pitch. That's in it for a strike. Struck her out. Stoltzman goes down looking. One down here. And that'll bring Kenzie Grunst. Grunst is the third baseman. She struck out back in the second inning. One down here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And the pitch. That one is fouled down the third baseline. 0-1 the count. Mankato West with runners on second and third here. One down, though, as they got Stoltzman to strike out. Kenzie Grunst, the number 4 batter, up to bat for Mankato West. So 0-1 the count. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, fouled, back to the screen again. 0-2 now. And let's see if she doesn't come back with that off-speed curveball. She's got Grunst swinging here. And she's ahead 0-2. Bottom of the fourth inning. Raiders on top 7-0 on your Mark Cornell State Farm scoreboard. Here we go. Here comes the pitch now. High, 1-2. The rise ball there. Climbed in a hurry. So Grunst steps back in again. And here comes the pitch. Ooh, off-speed pitch and a hitter in the foot. So a hit batsman loads the bases for Mankato West. One out here, and that will bring Bree Stoltzman to the plate. Stoltzman flew out to center back in the second inning. And this is her second plate appearance here in the bottom of the fourth. Bases loaded, one out for Mankato West. And the pitch. That's in there for a strike. It's 0-1 the count. As they get set here. Stoltzman, number 11, is a sophomore. And the pitch. Swung on half swing and foul tipped it. And it came off her hand, and the ball actually got into the stands. So 0-2 the count. So Hostetler trying to work herself out of a bit of a jam here. Bases loaded in the bottom of the fourth inning. One down, 0-2 the count to Stoltzman as she steps back to the plate. Here comes the pitch from Hostetler. Swung and up the middle, and they'll score one, may score two. Here comes the throw, and they're cutting off. The Mankato West Scarlets on the board with two here. On a little dribbler up the middle. And so Scarlets on the board. Grunts goes down to second. Stoltzman goes up to first on that hit, and that'll bring Henstruck to the plate. Claire Henstruck is the first baseman. She grounded out in the second inning. So 7-2 Raiders on top here on your Mark Cornell State Farm scoreboard. Now we're going to have a little conference at the mound as Coach Ryan Peach heads out there. Give her pitcher a bit of a break. Give her some water. She's standing out in the sun throwing a lot of balls here. So other games going on is 10-0 Rochester Lourdes in the 2A championship. That's in the fifth inning, 10-0. So Lourdes threatening to win that one in the 10-run rule. In the 4A game, it's 3-2 now as Stillwater's come back. 3-2? Huh? Okay. Oh, it's over. Maple Grove won that one. So Maple Grove, the state champion in 4A, they won it 3-2. And so they'll go in the books as the new state champion. Conference is over on the mound here now as we'll get back in the live action. One down, runners on first and second. Two in this inning for Mankato West. 7-2 the score. And Henstruck at the plate for Mankato West. She grounded out back in the second inning, and here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-1 now to Henstruck. And she'll step back in again. Hostetler looking for the sign, gets it, and here comes the pitch. Fastball, half swing, falls it back to the screen, 0-2. So Henstruck, Clara Henstruck, with an 0-2 count, will step back in from Mankato West. 7-2 the score now. Two in this inning for Mankato West, and the pitch. That one is high. 1-2 now. Wind starting to gust again out of the south. Coming straight out of the south. So coming in from right field. And the pitch. Ground over the third baseman. She loses the handle on it. And the first error for the Raiders will allow them to load the bases again. So Henstruck will go to first base on the infield error. And it's one down, bases loaded again as Douglas will come to the plate. Douglas, a left-hander now, will step in. Raiders playing up for the left-hander. Bases loaded, 1 out, and the pitch. Foul back to the screen. 0-1. So Mankato West coming back with some runs here. Bases loaded. They got their first 2 runs at the top of after a walk and a base hit. And the batter got hit by a pitch to load the bases. And then the base hit by Stoltzman scored 2. And now an error by the third baseman loads the bases again. So bases loaded, 1 down. 1-1 the count to Douglas. That one in for strike. Nope, another ball. So 2-1 the count to Douglas. And the pitch. Foul back to the screen. 2-2 the count. So 2 in thus far for Mankato West. Bases loaded, 1 down. 7-2. Raiders on top here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As Douglas will step back in again. Douglas waiting for the pitch. Here it comes. Foul back to the screen. She stays alive. Still at 2-2. 1 down. And here we go. Douglas will step back in. 2-2 the count. And here comes Hostetler's pitch. Fouled up to the screen. And she stays alive. So Mankato West swinging the bat here in the 4th inning. The base is loaded. The force is at home, so an infield hit to the pitcher will go back to home and he turn the double play here. So the force all the way around, but we see what happens here. Douglas waits for the pitch. Here it comes. That one in there. Oh, full count. So full count, 1 down. See if they're moving on the pitch here. 1 down. I guess you'd, the pitch. Fouled back to the screen. So everybody staying alive here. And see if Hostetler can work her way out of this jam here. Bases loaded. 1 down. Full count. Here's the pitch. Ball's hit out to center field. Center fielder. Right fielder comes in. Here comes the throw to home, and they'll score 1 on the sacrifice fly. Look out. As the ball gets away from Roska, the runner goes over to third. So they'll get 1 on the sacrifice fly. And they'll send Stoltzman over to third. Hemstrock to second. 2 down on the fly out to left. It would look like the left fielder and the center fielder were trying to figure out who's going to have that ball. And so 2 down, though, as runners at second and third, and that will bring up Kayla Grunst, the pitcher, or the starting pitcher anyway. She's a right-hander to face Hostetler. And the pitch. Fouled off down the first baseline. So Grunst becomes the DP as Douglas becomes a pitcher. So they switch spots. So 0-1 the count. And let's see what the Stoltzman or Hostetler can do here. She's pitched every inning in this game. And every inning of this whole tournament. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-2. As Hostetler will sit back on to the circle. 0-2 the count with 2 down. Runners on second and third now. And here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed, struck her out. So they get Grunst to strike out. 3 outs in the bottom of the 4th. We'll go to the top of the 5th. On your mark, Quinnell State Farm scoreboard, 7-3 in favor of the Raiders. Back in 60 seconds on 95.1 The One and 1080 KYMN Radio.
The Quarterback Club in Northfield is a proud sponsor of Raider Athletics and wishes them continued success. Keep up the hard work. The QB is your place to go for great breakfast, flame-broiled burgers, tender barbecue ribs, delicious sandwiches, and of course that roasted chicken that just can't be beat. Stop in and feed your appetite today at the Quarterback Club in Northfield.
This is Eric Frank with RE/MAX Advantage Plus in Northfield. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Raider girls softball team and their coaching staff on making it to the state tournament. Best of luck. All your years of hard work and dedication are paying off, and all of Raider Nation is behind you. As a Raider alum, I enjoy working with all of Raider Nation. If you think it may be time for you to buy or sell, please give me a call. Again, this is Eric Frank with RE/MAX Advantage Plus. My number is 612-481-3802. Go Raiders.
Welcome back to Caswell Park in North Mankato. We go to the top of the fifth inning. So the top of the fifth inning will be Chloe Rozga, Carolyn Pritchard, and Annika Gugensberg. Raiders giving up 3 runs there in the bottom of the fourth. But they did have a jam there. Had bases loaded, did Mankato West. And here comes the first pitch to Rozga. That's outside for a ball. Oh, a strike. Sorry. Too early on that one. So Rozga will step back in with 0-1 count. Raiders hits a hit. That's over to second baseman, scoops up over the first base and grounds out 4-3 on the ground out. 1 out here for the Raiders in the top of the fifth inning. Caroline Pritchard will come to the plate. First baseman. Pritchard had a base hit back in the third and a base hit in the first to score 2 of the first runs here. And the pitch, Pritchard gets a piece of it, and in left field it goes. So the Raiders with a base hit put Pritchard on base with 1 down, and Annika Gugensberg to come to the plate. Gugensberg, the center fielder for the Raiders. So the Raiders trying to get something going here of their own in the top of the fifth. Gugensberg steps in. Pritchard at first base, 1 down, and the pitch. Swung on by Gugensberg to the shortstop, over her head and into the left field. So she'll reach on an infield hit. So Gugensberg up to first. Pritchard down to second. Bases are first and second for the Raiders, 1 down, and that will bring Avery Volek to the plate, the DP here this afternoon. Volek will step in to face Douglas. So Volek waiting for the pitch from Douglas, and here it comes. Raiders jump on the bats here, and that one in for a strike. 0-1 the count to Volek. Emma Johnson on deck, and then the top of the order is going to be Peyton Fox. So here we go. Pitch swung on. Oh, it's an off-speed floater. And Volek thought she had it. She took a swing at it, but just ticked it. She kind of rose up to get that one. 0-2 the count to Volek. 1 down here. Runners at first and second. You got Gugensberg at first and Pritchard over at second. Here comes the pitch. That's high and outside. So 1-2 the count to Volek. And Volek waiting for the pitch. Here it comes. That one is low for a ball. 2-2. Runners on first and second. 2-2 the count. 7-3 Raiders on top here in the top of the fifth inning. They haven't changed the inning thing yet. On your Mark Quinnell State Farm scoreboard and the pitch. That one is in for a ball. 3-2, full count now. So a full count to Avery Volek. Emma Johnson waits on deck for the Raiders. So Volek will step back in. And the pitch. Swung on, right back to the pitcher, caught, and that's going to be a double. She's safe. That was a 1-hopper to the pitcher. Check that. And they said he's safe at third base. So the 1-hop right back to the pitcher. I thought that was a line driver at the pitcher. But as it is, the bases are loaded now. They threw it over to third base. Pritchard got in time. The umpire right there. And so bases loaded now with Emma Johnson coming to the plate with one down. Raiders coming back with their bats here in the top of the 5th inning. See if Johnson can do some damage here. The bases loaded and the pitch. That's in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Wind picking up now, swinging around a little bit to the more of the southwest. And Emma Johnson steps in, 0-1 the count. Bases loaded with Raiders, one out. And squares to bunt, gets it down, square, the force back to home, not in time to first. So she'll get on the fielder's choice. She tried to squeeze play. And out at home, so 2 down now. As Peyton Fox will come to the plate. So Peyton Fox, the second baseman, will step in. They call her Foxy. With 2 down, bases loaded, to see what she can do here. They got the bunt down, but it was just right back to the pitcher, and it was an easy force at home. But they didn't get Johnson at first for the double play. So that keeps the Raiders alive here with 2 down in the top of the 5th inning. And here comes the pitch. Swung on, right back to the pitcher. Oh, back over to first, and the threat is over as Fox grounds out 1-3, and that'll end the top of the 5th. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Raiders on top 7-3 on your Mark Quinnell State Farm scoreboard. Back in 1 minute at 95.1 The One and 1080 KYMN Radio.
Welcome home to Northfield Manor. On the campus of Northfield Retirement Community, Northfield Manor is proud to offer HUD Section 8 subsidized equal opportunity housing for adults 62 and older. Take advantage of all amenities on campus, including our state-of-the-art theater, Imelda's Marketplace, fitness center, Main Street Cafe, walking trails, and more. Call today, 507-650-7332. Northfield Retirement Community. Innovation, choice, tradition.
Bob, Andy, and everyone at Muddy Marsh Farms wishes the best of luck to the Raiders softball team at State. We know how hard you've worked to reach this important goal in your life, and it shows both on and off the field. Good luck, Raiders, from Bob, Andy, and the whole Winter family of Muddy Marsh Farms.
Welcome back to Caswell Park as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Raiders on top 7-3. And still on the mound for the Raiders is Hostetler. She gets warmed up and we get set to go with this bottom of the 5th. The Raiders that time had the bases loaded and they tried to squeeze play, couldn't score. And then Peyton Fox grounded out to the pitcher on the first pitch. So the Raiders will send, on the top of the 6th inning, will send Gerard, Knoll, and Fossum to the plate. But here, for the Mankato West Scarlets in the bottom of the 5th, they will send Wisty, and then the top of the order will be Mueller and Sterling again. So Wisty will start things off for Mankato West. Wisty is the center fielder. She struck out back in the 3rd inning. And here comes the first pitch from Hostetler. And that one is high for a ball. 1-0 the count. As the wind starts to howl, or it seems to blow a little bit more up here. So it's probably 15 miles, maybe 20 miles an hour. Swung on and missed. It's 1-1 the count now. To Wisty. And she'll step back in again. And see the Raiders defense can hold off Mankato West here in this 5th inning. Swung on, that's a bunt back to the pitcher, plenty of time, over to first, got her. So Wisty grounds out, 1-3, 1 out, and that will send the top of the order, go to the top of the order, and that will be Maddie Mueller. Mueller had a base hit, walked back in the 4th inning, and struck out in the 1st. She came around to score the first runs for Mankato West back last inning. Here's a pitch. Inside for a ball. So 1-0 the count to Mueller. And the pitch. That's in there for a strike. 1-1. The players from the other games are going to head over to watch this one. It's the last championship game going on. Swung on and missed. That was a high ball. He chased it. 0-2 or 1-2 now to Maddie Mueller. 10-1. Rochester Lourdes leading in the 2A game over Norwood Young America. Here's a pitch. Follow tip back to the screen. 1-2 the count. So Mueller will step back in. 1-2 the count. 7-3. Bottom of the fifth inning on your Mark Quinnell State Farm scoreboard. Raiders on top here after explosive first for 5 runs and the second for 2. And the pitch. That one's high for a ball. 2-2 the count. Maddie Mueller, 2-2, steps back in to face Hostetler. Hostetler looking for a curve. Here it is. In there first. Oh! They said it was high. 3-2. So the count goes full on Mueller with 1 down here in the bottom of the fifth for Mankato West. Here comes a pitch. That's in there for a strike. She got her. 2 down. And that'll bring Abby Sterling to the plate. Abby had a base hit back in the 4th inning and grounded out pitcher to first in the 1st inning. 2 down here at the bottom of the 5th inning. As Hostetler gets set here, and the pitch. Strike down the middle of the middle of the plate. 0-1 the count. And the pitch. That one high. Gets away. 1-1 the count. Sterling is the second baseman for this club. Abby Sterling is a freshman. And the pitch. Inside for a ball. 2-1 now the count. Sterling steps back in again. Hostetler heads back to the circle, and here we go. And the pitch. Swung on, a pop-up to the infield, and calling it the first baseman for the out, so fly out to first base. 3 up, 3 down for Mankato West in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th. Raiders on top on your Mark Quinnell State Farm scoreboard. 7-3 back in 1 minute on 95.1 The One and 1080 KYMN Radio.
If all you want is a sip of water at the kitchen sink, any filter will do. I want better water in the laundry, better water in the bathroom, better water at every tap, in every room for everyone in my home. Every time, everywhere I use water, every day. So I got a whole home filtration system from Culligan. Now I ask you, how long will it take for you to call the Culligan man?
Hey, Culligan man!
Call your friendly Northfield Culligan dealer today at 507-645-6621.
Champion Sports would like to congratulate the Raider girls softball team on making it to state. It's been a great season. Champion Sports is the place to go for all of your Northfield Raider gear and sports equipment. Whether it's your first ever softball glove or a pair of cleats for your senior year, the friendly staff at Champion Sports will help you choose the equipment that is right for you. Stop in today.
So we go at the top of the 6th here at Caswell Park. Raiders on top 7-3. They will send Gerard, Knoll, and Fossum to the plate. For Dry, this will be her 4th plate appearance here today. The base hit back in the 1st inning started that big rally by the Raiders. Grounded out 3rd to 1st in the 2nd inning. and ground out third to first in the fourth inning. So here she is at the top of the sixth, and the opening pitch to her, and that one is in for a strike. 0-1 the count. Gerard, the right fielder for the Raiders, steps in and waits for the pitch from Douglas. And the pitch, that's the off-speed blooper pitch. And that's a 1-1 count. So Douglas gets set back in the circle. It's the freshman. Second pitcher here for the Scarlets. And the pitch swung on. That's a drive. That'll drop in between center and left. It'll go all the way to the wall. She'll go in for two. Stand-up double to lead things off for Gerard here in the sixth inning. So Gerard had a double yesterday. And so now we got a whistle, or whistle keeps saying that, timeout. And we'll see if we get the pinch runner. No, it's going to leave there. Knoll will step in. This is for her fourth appearance. She had a base hit back in the first. Flew out to deep center in the second and grounded out short to first in the fourth inning. Here we're runner on second, no outs, and a pitch. That one's low. Ball one. 1-0. To Knoll. And the pitch. Swung on, and that one's a drive to shortstop again. She comes up with it over to third. She moves the runner up. So Gerard will stand on third on a hard hit ball by Knoll to shortstop. She grounds out 6-3. One down, and runner on third, and that'll send Ann Fossum to the plate for her fourth appearance here this afternoon. Fossum is the third baseman for the Raiders. And the pitch. Swung on, that was going to drop in. Caught, tag. No, tag, go home. Tag and go home. He goes to play the plate. And, safe at home. Got under the tag. So Gerard scores from third. A diving catch in right to get Fossum. So Raiders get one back here on the fly out to right. Two down, and that'll bring Chloe Roska to the plate. Roska, the sophomore catcher for the Raiders, grounded out to short to first back in the fourth inning. There's a hit. That one is floating out to center. Center fielder on it. That's it. Raiders pick up one run on two hits. No errors. And it's 8-3. We go to the bottom of six on the Mark Cornell State Farm scoreboard. Back in 1 minute at 95.1, the 1 and 1080 KYMN Radio.
Your vehicle's engine warning light could mean something as simple as a loose gas cap or something serious and potentially expensive if you don't address it right away. Have our professional technicians at Witt Brothers Service diagnose and fix the problem as part of your overall preventative maintenance program. It could save you from costly problems down the road. Stop by Witt Brothers Service at 701 Division Street in downtown Northfield for all of your automotive maintenance and repair needs.
The drivers and staff at Benjamin Bus and Northfield Lines would like to salute the Northfield Raider girls softball team on a great season, including making it to state. It's been our pleasure getting you safely to and from your games over the years, and especially exciting bringing you to the state tournament. Best of luck, Raiders. For shuttle services, events, and transportation needs, contact Benjamin Bus and Northfield Lines.
Welcome back to Caswell Park, where we go to the bottom of the sixth. Raiders pick up one, the top of the sixth, to lead this one 8-3. And due at the plate this time is Stoltzman, Gunst, and Stoltzman. Jessica and Bree, both of them coming to the plate here. I wonder if they're sisters here. Jessica Stoltzman is a junior, and Bree Sterling, rather, is a freshman. So Sterling. Bree Stoltzman is a sophomore. So we got a sophomore and a junior here. So the Raiders having a quick little conversation at the circle, the infielders. And so we got Stoltzman, Grunst, and Stoltzman here. And here we go. Norwood Young America coming back in the 2A game. They have one run in here. They're in the 7th inning. They're down 10-1 to Rochester Lourdes. But they're trying to get something going here with one out. Back at this game, there's no outs, bottom of the 6th. First pitch, high pitch by Stoltzman. By Hostetler to Stoltzman. So 1-0 to Stoltzman. She'll step back in. Stoltzman is the first baseman. And here comes a pitch. That one's high as well. 2-0 count. Beautiful day here in Mankato. Wind is settling down again now. It gusts and it lets off and it gusts again. And the pitch. That one in for a strike. 1-2. 2-1, rather. Stoltzman just walked away from that one. So, yeah, I know. 2-1 the count here. Bottom of the 6th, no outs. Raiders on top 8-3. Swung on. That's a grounder to short. Up with it. Over to first. Got her. So Stoltzman grounds out short to first. One down. And that will bring up Kinsey Grunst. Grunst is the third baseman. This is her third plate appearance. She struck out in the 2nd, and she got hit by a pitch back in the 4th. So she steps in here with one down in the bottom of the 6th. And the pitch. That one high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. One down here, bottom of the 6th inning. And here comes the pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. 1-1 the count. Kinsey Grunst now battling against Hostetler. 1-1, one down. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Mankato State Championship Class 3A. Raiders' first trip to state. Playing in the championship match. That one high. 2-1. Kinsey Grunst steps back in. Bree Stoltzman on deck for Mankato West. And the pitch. That one's high. 3-1. So we'll see if Grunst is going to swing here as Hostetler gets back to the circle. Glitch ready to deliver here. Raiders playing back just a little bit, and the pitch. That inside. Nope, they're going to give her a strike on that one. Full count. Umpire slow on. He takes his time calling his balls and strikes, and that one now count is full. So here we go. Hostetler, full count, and the pitch. Fast pitch. That one's fouled, and it's going to be out of play down the left field line, and it will go out of play, so we'll set things back up again. One down here, bottom of the 6th inning. Raiders on top 8-3. And so full count to Grunst at the plate, and the pitch. Swung on, fouled back to the screen. Grunst staying alive. So Rochester Lourdes wins the 2A championship in a 10-1 win over Norwood Young America. So they're the 2A champion. And Maple Grove, the 4A champion over Stillwater. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. She struck her out. 2 down now. As that will send Bree Stoltzman to the plate with 2 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. Stoltzman flew out to center in the 2nd inning. Got a base hit in the 4th. Got stranded at 3rd. So 2 down. And first pitch on its way. Swung on, fly ball, and it's playable. And caught by the shortstop coming over to make the play. So 3 up, 3 down for Mankato West. We go to the top of the 7th. Raiders on top 8-3. Back in 1 minute on 95.1 The One and 1080 KYMN Radio.
Capital Construction is Northfield's premier locally owned exterior construction company. As a locally owned company with the majority of their employees having graduated from Northfield High School, Capital Construction would like to salute all of the area graduates. You've put in a lot of hard work and your future is bright. Call Capital Construction for all of your exterior construction needs. Whether it's replacing damaged siding or roofs, upgrading to energy-efficient windows and doors, or just giving your home an upgraded facelift to make it stand out, Capital Construction can help you give your house the exterior it deserves. Call them today for a free consultation at 952-222-4004 or check them out at capitalconstructionllc.com. The Northfield Insurance Company would like to salute the Northfield Raiders softball team on their first trip to the state tournament. It's been a spectacular season so far. Keep it up at State. For all of your home, auto, and life insurance needs, visit Northfield Insurance Company at 711 Division Street South in downtown Northfield. Go Raiders!
Welcome back to sunny Caswell Park in North Mankato as the Raiders come up to bat here in the 7th, on top 8-3 on your Mark Quinnell State Farm scoreboard. Due up this inning is going to be Pritchard, Guggesberg, and Volek, all making their 4th plate appearance here this afternoon. So Pritchard, the first baseman and pitcher for the Raiders, will step in here, and we'll be set to go. Douglas, the freshman pitcher for Mankato West, gets ready and kicks and fires. That one is high for a ball. 1-0 for Pritchard. She'll step back in again. And the pitch. That one in the dirt. 2-0. So Pritchard takes time, steps back in, and here we go. 2-0 the count. Top of the 7th inning. And the pitch. High floater, 3-0. That one just sailed actually over the head of Pritchard. So 3-0, I'm probably taking on this pitch. I'd be surprised he took the swing at it unless it's something right down the pipe, and here comes a pitch. That one is in there for a strike, 3-1. Guggesberg on deck, Volek in the hole here in the top of the 7th. 8-3 Raiders on top on your Mark Quinnell State Farm scoreboard. Picked up 1 run in the 6th, 5 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd. And the pitch. Swung on, and it's a foul. Going to get out of play between catcher and first base. It's just kind of floated up there. But that will make the count full to Pritchard here, as she'll step back in. I'll thank Mark Quinnell State Farm for being a sponsor of this game and Raiders sports throughout the season. Swung on, that one's the second baseman, scoops it up over to first, and there's one down. So Pritchard hits it to second baseman, 4-3 the put out, and one down there. So Annika Guggesberg will come to the plate. She had a base hit back in the 5th inning and a base hit back in the 1st inning to score 2 in that big first inning, that first 5-run first inning for the Raiders. And the pitch. And check swing with it'll be a ball. So 1-0 the count to Guggesberg. And the pitch. Swung on to the third baseman, scoops it up over to first, in the dirt, but first baseman digs it out. Thank you. And it's 2 outs. Avery Volek will come to the plate here for the Raiders. In the 7th, Raiders grounding out second to first and third to first. And the pitch. That one low for a ball. 1-0 the count. And the pitch. That's the off-speed pitch. Floats in there. 2-0. So Volek, a base hit back in the 5th. That one in there for a strike. 2-1. And then walk back in the first. So this is their fourth plate appearance here, and the pitch. That one is in there for a strike. 2-2. 2 down here, top of the seventh. Raiders up 8-3 here in your Mark Quinnell State Farm scoreboard, and the pitch. That one is high for a ball. Full count now to Volek. And here comes the pitch. That one is in there as a ball. Look at Walker. So Volek fights it off and walks to first. And Emma Johnson due up here, the right fielder. We may have a pinch hitter. It looks like someone's going to pinch hit for Johnson. And I wouldn't be surprised to see if it's that number. It would be number 4. Would be Nicole Hoskins. Oh, now we have a pinch runner. That's what's going on. But I think it was Hoskins winning as a pinch runner. So it will be Emma Johnson, the bat for the Raiders, with a pinch runner at first. So Hoskins runs for Volek. And see if she tries to steal second here on this first pitch. 2 out here, top of the seventh. And the pitch. Swung on, foul back to the screen. Definitely going was Hoskins. So 0-1 the count to Johnson. And the pitch, that one in for a strike, 0-2. So 2 down, 0-2 the count, and Johnson will step back in again. Hoskins at first running for Volek, who got on a walk, and the pitch. Swung on and missed it. That's the Raiders go down in the seventh at the top. We will go to the bottom of the seventh inning. Raiders on top 8-3, and back in 1 minute at 95.1 The One and 1080 KYMN Radio.
Jake and Gina Fossum and Bob and Sherry Erickson of Alma Construction are proud of the Raiders softball team and their many accomplishments on and off the field. Like the Raiders, the staff at Alma Construction uses hard work, dedication, and attention to detail to provide their clients with top quality construction work. For your next project, large or small, call Alma Construction for results you can be proud of.
Family Fare, Northfield's newly remodeled grocery store downtown, has a new name, a fresh look, and new options like the artesian bread case. 9 varieties are mixed, formed, and baked on site every day. Or the new fish counter. If you want it and they don't have it, they'll order it. Stop in, grab the weekly ad, get a Starbucks, get what you need, and be on your way in minutes. Family Fare, your local neighborhood market that provides real values for real people in real communities, right here on Division Street.
Calling in the dogs here. Mankato. We go to the bottom of the seventh on your Mark Quinnell State Farm scoreboard. Raiders on top 8-3. Mankato West will send Henstruck, Douglas, and Grunst to the plate to face Hostetler. So Hostetler heading to the circle, and here we go. Henstruck got on an error back in the fourth inning to the third baseman and grounded out third to first back in the second inning. In the pitch. And it's a blooper down to first base. She got it, and she'll just tag her out coming back. So 1 down, 1 in the books. A ground out to first. On kind of a check swing, 1 down, and that will bring Douglas to the plate. Douglas pitching now. The freshman. She's a left-hander, so the center fielder should shift over. She struck out back in the third and flew out to right field. There's a blooper to shortstop, flies out, 2 down, right at the shortstop. So 2 down, Mankato West down to their last out. Raiders 1 out away from their first ever state title. Kayla Grunts we have a pinch hitter, looks like here. Looks like number 13 is going to pinch hit here. Emma Young, the senior, is going to step in. So Emma Young will step in for Mankato West. Raiders on top 8-3 with 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. Young will step in. So here we go. Young to face Hostetler in the bottom of the 7th. And the pitch. High. Ball 1. So here we go. Young to step back in. 1-0 the count. And the pitch. Curveball. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Emma Young, pinch hitting for Kayla Grunst, steps in, 1-1 the count. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Raider fans on their feet, waiting for their first ever state title. 1 pitch away, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 down here. 8-3 Raiders on your Mark Quinnell State Farm scoreboard. Young to step in. Hostetler from the circle. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball got her. The Raiders are state champions in Class 3A as Hostetler puts it across on a fastball, and the Raiders put it in the books. 8-3 the final, and they will go to the winner's circle and take home the gold here at Mankato in Class 3A. Wow, what a tournament, what a season for the Northfield Raiders. How could it win any other way but with a state championship? Back in 1 minute with a recap as the Raiders are in the center circle celebrating their victory, and they'll shake hands with Mankato West, and we'll have the award ceremony in just a few minutes. Back in 1 minute, Raiders, state champions in Class 3A, 8-3 the final here at Caswell Park in Mankato. Back in 1 minute.
All of us at Service Master by Hyatt are so proud of the accomplishments of the Northfield Raiders softball team. All the hard work has paid off and earned them a trip to state. Keep up the winning streak, girls. All of Raider Nation is behind you. If you are unable to attend the games, Service Master by Hyatt is happy to have partnered with KYMN and will be sponsoring the broadcasts of all the Raider games at the state tournament. Go Raiders! Dirty carpet?
The yellow van, called Service Master.
Service Master by Hyatt, 877-945-0993.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. Football is getting more and more high-tech, and it's always been high-touch. Franzen Bank & Trust is a high-tech, high-touch bank. Franzen Bank offers all the technology you or your business needs to conduct your banking, when and where it's convenient for you. And they have bankers who get to know you, so they can provide the personalized service you or your business deserve. Another way to put it is, real people, real results. Franzen Bank & Trust. Member FDIC.
Summer colors are alive and blooming. Stop into Judy's Floral Design to spruce up and put some color on your patio or deck. Judy's Floral Design has an array of marvelous flowers and plants to pick from. Stop in or browse judysfreshfloraldesign.com for a large selection of arrangements and price ranges. All of us at Judy's Floral Design are cheering on our Raider girls in the Minnesota High School State Softball Tournament. Go Raiders!
Welcome back to Caswell Park in Mankato as the Northfield Raiders are the state champions in Class 3A. They came in as the number 2 seed in this tournament. They knocked off Detroit Lakes and Becker in the first 2 games. And in this game, they jumped off to a very fast lead. They got 5 runs in the first inning and then just kept the throttle down all the way through. Mankato West came up with 3 runs in the 4th inning, but that was all they could come up with as the Raiders put this one in the books and come home with their first ever state title. So first trip to state, and they bring home the gold here as they bring the awards table out for the Minnesota High School League, and the Raiders gather in the far corner, cheering and hugging and everything else, and the Raider fans on their feet cheering them on as they sing the Raider Rouser here in Mankato. Let's go back to this ball game. In the first inning, it all started with Peyton Fox getting a base on balls, and it was Michaela Girard with a base hit to right, and that sent Peyton down to second base. She tried to stretch it to third and got picked off, so that was the first out of the inning. But Girard got down to second on that play. Then Jillian Knoll got a nice base hit and drove in Girard. Then Ann Fossum followed up with a base hit. And then Chloe Rosca with a looping base hit to left scored another run. That put 2 runs in. And then Carolyn Pritchard with another base hit scored 2 more. And on that play, the third baseman interfered with the player. They got her out at home, but it was interference. So at the end of the first inning, the Raiders had 5 runs. They got Mankato West go up and down in order 3 straight times, first inning, second inning, and third inning. And then in the second inning, the Raiders added 2 more on a base. It started with a base hit by Jillian Knoll. It ended up with Rosca with another base hit. She was 2 for 4 today, and that scored 2 more runs. They made it 6-0, and then they made it 7-0, and then the Mankato West Scarlets came back with 3 in the 4th, made it 7-3. But the Raiders added 1 more in the 6th. To make it 8-3, and that's where we finished up here. The Raiders season, I tell you what, you got to be impressed with Hostetler. She struck out today in this game. She had 27 strikeouts in this tournament coming in. She had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts today for a total of 36 strikeouts in 3 games at the state tournament. That's something else. She's just a sophomore. She'll be around Raiderland for a little bit. Anyway, so the award ceremony taking place here as they come out with the championship trophy and the runner-up trophy. The Raiders in the far corner of the ballpark, the players, talking to their coach and then just congratulating each other. And so they'll come out here and get the award. So let's take another time out, and we'll have they'll pick up their awards as the state champions in Class 3A. And we'll be back in 2 minutes. 2 minutes on 95.1, the one on 1080 KYMN Radio.
Northfield Hospital and Clinics is proud to provide your family with the best orthopedic care across the region. Our highly respected orthopedic surgeons see patients in Northfield, Faribault, and Lakeville clinics and perform surgeries at Northfield Hospital. Whether it's an athletic injury or arthritis, joint pain, or muscle strain, our orthopedic team can help. From sports and active medicine to total joint replacement, we've got you covered. Meet the team at northfieldhospital.org/orthopedics. Brought to you by Northfield Hospital and Clinics, partnering with you for a lifetime of care.
Hi, I'm Rob Anderson, pharmacist and owner of Northfield Pharmacy. Real personal service is hard to find, especially when you're not feeling well. You need a pharmacy you can trust, a good neighbor pharmacy. For prescriptions, over-the-counter medications, or just questions, your good neighbor pharmacy is ready to help. We'll take the time to talk with you to find out exactly what's best for you and your family. For everything to get well and stay well, put your confidence in Northfield Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy in Northfield.
You thought you could make a midnight run to the store for a loaf of bread. What you got was a minor fender bender instead. I'm State Farm Agent Mark Quinnell in Northfield, and I know that accidents can happen anytime. That's why we give you 24-hour good neighbor service, so night or day, help is just a phone call away. For your insurance and financial needs, phone me, State Farm Agent Mark Quinnell, at 645-4545.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Bob, Andy, and everyone at Muddy Marsh Farms wishes the best of luck to the Raiders softball team at State. We know how hard you've worked to reach this important goal in your life, and it shows both on and off the field. Good luck, Raiders, from Bob, Andy, and the whole Winter family of Muddy Marsh Farms.
Hi, this is Stephanie from Just Food Co-op. Food prices sometimes make it difficult for families to buy high quality and local foods, and Just Food wants to help. We recently rolled out our community discount program, and if your family qualifies for income-sensitive help, we can help too. Apply for the discount card at the customer service desk, and you may be eligible to receive 10% off your groceries every day. We also accept WIC and SNAP benefits to help stretch your grocery dollars even more. Member or not, everyone is welcome at Just Food Co-op, 516 Water Street South in downtown Northfield.
Welcome back to Caswell Park in North Mankato, where the Northfield Raiders win their first ever state title on their first trip to the state tournament. The number 2 seed coming into this tournament, knocking off Detroit Lakes and then Becker to get to this tournament, and then beating Mankato West the number 1 seed, the number 1 ranked team in the state of Minnesota, 8-3 in a game that the Raiders got up quickly 5-0 in the first inning. They added 2 more to make it 7-0. And from then on in, it was the pitching and the defense for the Raiders trying to hold off Mankato West, who had a push in the 4th inning, adding 3 more runs. But the Raiders would not quit hitting the ball, just kept driving their offense at the Mankato West Scarlets, picking up 1 more run to finish this one and bring home the state championship 8-3. So both teams lined up. The Raiders lined up on the first baseline as they will announce the runner-up champions will be the Mankato West Scarlets. Congratulations to them on a decent season. They ended up at 23-2 on the season. Check that, 24-2. And your Raiders end up at 20-4 with a state championship. So the Raiders getting ready to accept their medals and everything else once Mankato West is done. And I tell you what, it's been a pleasure for me, Ned the Horse Farmer, to be up here giving the play-by-play and watch the Raiders bring home a state championship here this afternoon. I'm sure there will be time is. Please stick around or keep an eye with KYMN Radio online and also on the air. We'll find out when they're going to accept their state champions back into Northfield for what has been one doozy of a season, starting from the first game all the way through. So it's with great pleasure, I tell you, the Northfield girls softball team are the number 1 team and the champions in Class 3A in the state of Minnesota. Your final 8-3. This is Ned the Horse Farmer saying so long from Caswell Park. Have a great afternoon and bring home your Raiders. Welcome them when they come home. Good afternoon, everyone.